Hey, I know it's technically Saturday, but hey, we got to get our Friday night groove on. I hope that's all right with y'all. We don't own the rights to this instrumental. Hey. So everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Tisha M. Johnson, and we're excited that you joined us tonight. Listen, go to bit.ly/free women 2020. You know we're going to talk about the grant. Listen, class is starting soon. You don't want to miss it.
Sit right here and eat it, and then go to bed.
Okay, go to bed, son. Go to bed, son. But again, thank you for being here. We're excited that you joined us tonight. This is the BYOB After Dark, After Midnight Train to the Money. That's right, we're going to the money. We ain't going to Georgia. We ain't going nowhere else. We're going straight to the bank. So again, welcome. Thank you so much. Go ahead and share this broadcast. Hey, Diane, thank you so much for joining us. You know, we got to keep it live, keep it live, keep it live. I was trying to get our coach to come on with us, but don't tell nobody, she's still up. Nonetheless, again, we're excited to have this conversation with you. So I'm going to let my lovely, Tisha M. Johnson, I am the creator of Your Love of a Lifetime. If you are interested in manifesting true and lasting love, then we need to have a conversation. Or if you're interested in becoming a certified relationship coach, that is the part of the grant program that I'm going to facilitate when that time comes, and I'm excited about that. Go to bit.ly/free women 2020 so you can be a part of that. And my lovely sisters are going to share about their portion of this $1 million grant in the Free Women Project.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm Stephanie Lane with the Career Women Collaborative, and I help women, or women hire me, to help them get the promotion they deserve, earn that, get that money that I am so out of it today. Y'all, let's start this over. Hi. Because it's early Saturday morning. Career women hire me to help them get the position that they earn, get the money that they deserve, and to level up and get the career that they desire. So, hey guys, glad you're here. We're getting a late start, early start. I don't know which way we're going right now, but we're here, and we're glad that you are here. Our Facebook family, thank you for rocking with us. Our Periscope people, hey, make sure that you click the notification bell on Facebook so that you'll know when we come on. Also, if you're in Periscope, hit the head, tap the head, and make sure you hit the notification on there so that you'll know when we come on. We're always here, same time, same place, Monday through Friday. We are so excited about the topic again, and we're going to jump into it in just a moment. But like was said earlier, share, and put hashtag shared in the comment section so that we know that you have shared. CJ?
Hi, everyone. My name is Shaquanda CJ Alston. I do have kids that need to go to bed, but I am an accountant and owner of Johnson's Bookkeeping and Tax, where business owners hire me to take care of their financial planning. Also, am offering an amazing certification on money mindset, all things money. Super excited to be with you all tonight. Make sure you share out the broadcast tonight, late tonight, early in the morning. Either way, share out the broadcast. We'll have some amazing information for you. We are going to be talking about knowing your value. Yes, in the middle of the night, late at night, if this is on time for somebody. So share out the broadcast and we'll go ahead and get started.
Okay, usually we have some kind of sort of theme, something going on every time we do a broadcast. I guess tonight is going to be bloopers. Because that's how we've started the night or the morning. Yeah, knowing your value. Wow, that is a struggle. That's like a real struggle. Because we never ever equate a percent or add a dollar sign to who we are and to what we know. It's hard to sometimes. It really is. But we have to make that shift, because when we don't, we kind of devalue ourselves, because then we allow people to somehow take advantage of us because we don't even know how to measure our worth. And so we give of ourselves way more than we should. We blurt out more than what we should. We tell all. We don't charge for the knowledge. We don't charge for our services. Oh, but that's my friend. Oh, I need to do this. Or I'm just trying to get clout, and so I'll wait till a little bit later. Or we simply don't say anything at all, and we just allow things to happen. You've got to know your worth. We talked about this earlier about knowing who you are. And CJ, I can't remember your quote, but you said something so powerful earlier this week about that. And I was like, wow. But knowing who you are also helps with you knowing your worth. So part of that is your level of confidence, right? Your self-esteem. Where are you on the spectrum with that? Are you comfortable with who you are? I mean, women, I'm talking to women. I know we have men out there watching us. Thank you guys. We love you because you love us. So thank you for being here. However, women, we struggle in a lot of areas when it comes to confidence and self-esteem. And I'm gonna get a little personal. So let's talk about it, ladies. Let's talk about, sometimes we struggle with the way we look. We struggle with our weight, our height. Something's not right about this. And y'all, during this COVID, let's talk about this, because the 5 o'clock shadow is real. For those of us who live in the salon, not able to go get our hair done, or have not ventured off, and risked going to get our hair done, nails done. I'm gonna tell you, I chopped all my nails off. I did it on not a live, but I showed pictures because I just couldn't handle it anymore. My whole nail set became tips at one point, and I was like, okay, I can't do this. But everything that makes us up who we are, sometimes we are our biggest critic. And sometimes that hurts us, and it messes with our confidence, and it messes with our self-esteem. What about, let's take it into the workspace. How confident are you in your work, in your presentation, in your delivery, in your portfolio, in how you're interacting with others? When you walk in, are you a boss lady or no? What about relationships? How confident are you, and how's your self-esteem when it comes to dealing with people? Do you have positive outcomes because of your level of self-esteem? Those are the kinds of things that we struggle with as we go through life. But this kind of spills over from your personal into your business. And then you start just giving way more than what you should, because your level, or where you find your value, your worth in the business partnership, you might not feel like you're worthy to tell them, well, when they ask you, oh, let me ask you this question real quick. What do you think about this? When you know you should be charging them probably $1,000 session for them to come sit down and talk to you about it. And yes, I said 1,000. I didn't say $99, y'all. I don't know about you. I just know what my knowledge is. I know how much I paid to get to where I am right now. So you want to talk to me, it's going to cost. But I know my value. Now, I'm going to be honest again. When I was getting into this world of entrepreneurship, when someone was like, well, how much you going to charge? I'm like, what? I got to do what? And how much? I don't know. That's because I didn't know my worth. I didn't realize everything that I've been studying, everything that I've been researching, all of my experience, I did not know I could bundle it up in a package and put a price on it. And not only just put a price on it, but actually charge people. Because I didn't think I was that valuable. I didn't think I was worthy of that. And that was my level of confidence. It was really low. But you can't, I mean, that's even going from $1,000 package to now charging $25,000, y'all. You've got to build that level of confidence. You've got to really know who you are when you're able to just spit it out your mouth. Hey, I have a $25,000 package. And this is what you'll get for it. This is how it will benefit you. Not you, me, benefit from them. No, this is how I help and service you. And this is what you'll get in return, your ROI. Hi, Kamisha. Thank you for joining. So, guys, know your value. Where is your self-esteem? Have you measured that? How confident are you in your skin and in who you are? CJ?
Girl, y'all starting hard. That is so good. Because if you don't know your value, you're right. You will not ask for the money. You will not ask for the money. You will give your services free. You would absolutely do not think you're worthy of like I said, a $25,000 client that I alluded to the other night. You won't think you're worthy. So all of that, and some people may think, oh well, my value or my self-esteem or lack thereof has nothing to do with the money. That's absolutely a false statement. It has everything to do with the money. Because if you don't believe in you or you don't believe in your product, no one else will. No one else will. If you don't think it's the best thing since sliced bread and absolutely just, shine every time you talk about it, then the same thing. So if you do struggle with those, and most women do struggle with some sort of insecurity, women and men, let me not leave out the men. You want to do the work that has to be done to get over that hump. You absolutely do. And so being inside of the certification, one of 12, being a part of this community, getting the coaching that you need will absolutely help you with that. See what you have to say about that.
It is so important. And like you ladies already said, it affects every area of your life, because when you think low of yourself, you teach people to treat you lowly. And so I don't know about y'all, but I want to teach people how to treat me at a high standard, with high cost, because I am valuable and I am priceless. Okay. So it is definitely important that you do that self work that's required. And, there are other skills that you can attain along the way. Stephanie talked about, the education and all of that. And, CJ can tell you about, going down the career path and, really developing and honing your skills such that you work in a corporation and you work for yourself. So, there are things that we attain along the way, but there's work that you do yourself. There's work that nobody can people can give you some principles and some guidelines, but really when it comes down to it's a inner journey within yourself, and it's developed by you. There's no external factor. Even those of us that believe that we are God's creation and that He has gifted us, okay, you can have the gifts, you can have the skills and the talent and not use them, or not even value them, not feel like, you can use them and it benefit you. So that self-worth, self-value, that is huge. And if you didn't get it as a child or didn't get it growing up, then that's something that you have to work on as an adult, because it affects everything that you do. I can tell you, I can tell you some stories, but it definitely affects everything that you do. And you'll find that when you feel good, when you feel good about yourself, you just carry yourself in a totally different manner. Whether it's you go out and get your hair done, I don't suggest it. You go to the hairdresser, the whoever, to get pampered. You walk different. Even if you don't have on new clothes, you get your hair did, as they would say. You are walking like on a cloud, because you look good. So do the work. Commit some time to do the work.
And part of that commitment is going to bit.ly/freewomen2020, y'all. Why are we sending it to that link? Well, because it is important. It is for you at this moment in time, because you're sitting here watching us on live. And we are giving you this knowledge because of our experience and our experience in being part of a community. And this community is, our coach is offering $1 million in scholarship or in grants so that you can get a certification. There are 12 areas of certification that we are offering or extending. And that link will lead you to a webinar. Yes, we had our webinar this evening, or this yesterday. I don't know what you want to say it, because I know it's the next day is Saturday, but Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. And we'll have it again next Friday. And we want you to be there. Come get this information. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't cost you. It is a free webinar to come get this information, to find out how you can get a grant and how you can become certified. And CJ, I'm gonna let you talk about the program itself.
So guys, this program is one like none other. You have an opportunity to become certified. We have we have 12 certifications you can choose from. Definitely, so there is a certification for you. What you would do is there is coaching that comes with the certification. This is live certification. You will not press the button and listen to a video. You will have live coaching that comes with it. Also, there is accountability piece to it. You are expected to show up and for the classes, but there's also homework to that as well. Why are we giving you homework? Because normally if you have homework, then you have to be held accountable. And then we also have it set up to where you can ask your questions again, and you build the camaraderie in the room. It builds community. It is so amazing. I love this certification because I too was like Stephanie, invested into certifications, got into the room, and it is a recorded session. After the recording,
Meaning a dry recorded session. Dry.
Yes, very dry. And so that is what we're offering to you all tonight. This is a great opportunity, especially now when we are resetting in the world. You are people are losing their jobs. You're having to what else could I do? Why not choose this as a platform, as a jumpstart to help you with getting certified in one of these 12 areas? And my sister Tisha will tell you about the great work and that we have for our first responders.
Yes, indeed. We want you as a first responder or essential worker to know that we certainly appreciate your sacrifice. You know, I can think of different instances where people have sacrificed, even some giving their life, and what they get in return is not what it should be. And while we can't fund first responder, every essential worker, we have set aside some space for you. Again, because we recognize your sacrifice. You put yourself out there and you did your job. And it may have been a thankless situation, but we over here and the Free Women Project and our awesome coach, Danielle Winningham, want you to know that we appreciate you. There are 12 areas of certification, as has already been stated. I know some of the spaces are filled up, but you want to go ahead and apply anyway. Listen, your tuition as a first responder or an essential worker is free. Now, I don't want you to look at that and laugh. I don't want you to look at that and think, oh, it must not be worth much. Believe me, you're not going to go anywhere else and get this level of education, the preparation. You know, I haven't taken a lot of, courses where it's a video, but the ones that are, they try to make it look like it's not, but you're like, yeah, you're not here live. But this is going to be live and living color. You're going to interact with not only the coach that's over the certification piece that you decide to take, but you're also going to be in class in living color with a 7-figure business owner, bona fide and certified. Got the receipts to prove it. And so who wouldn't want to take advantage of that? And listen, you ought to want to. Yeah, if you think what she gives you on live is good, if you've been in one of her webinars, those are good. But listen, this is going to be at a whole different level. So if you are a first responder, police, fire, EMT, nurse, doctor, those that did not stop working, we want you to go ahead and apply bit.ly/free women 2020. If you are an essential worker, all of our truck drivers, if you're a delivery person, UPS, FedEx, Amazon was a little slow, but they were still out there. And our postal workers, you may not have gotten your mail every day, but you did get your mail. So we appreciate you. Go to bit.ly/free women 2020, apply. You'll have an opportunity. Listen, class does start this week with orientation. And so, yes, you'll have a chance to, get everything together, get your application in, your interview in, and then get, your financial piece together. Unless you're a first responder who gets selected for one of the programs. But even if you are, and the course that you want is taken, you can still participate, of course, paying your portion of the investment. So bit.ly/free women 2020, and want to make sure that you know that though maybe you want to get into Stephanie's program, if it's full already, no worries, you can still be a part of it. You just have to pay the investment. So
don't walk, y'all, run. bit.ly/free women 2020. So we're talking about knowing your value, guys. And I know we had a large, big introduction. Sorry. And I said a lot. And we talked about building your confidence. This really is a culmination of what we've been talking about all week. It's just so amazing how everything we've been talking about kind of feeds into each other. So it's a good time to be having this conversation, especially now at the end of the week or at the beginning. Depends on, yeah. No, it is for everybody now. We've crossed over. So Saturday. So at the beginning of your week. So we talked about confidence and your self-esteem. You've got to understand the difference that you make. If you know your value, you know the difference that you make. And that goes deeper into understanding your knowledge base, your skills, and your experience that I mentioned earlier. That goes into the relationships, how deep and how connected you are in those relationships, that you show yourself. And we talked about this earlier this week, your value add to it. So like, you know, in my world, if you're in business and you're working for a company and, you know, you've created a system that increases productivity, and you're able to see it and you're able to introduce it, the idea, and share that. And then all of a sudden people start using it and you see the increase in that productivity, right? Next time around, you might not be so quick to just say, here, I have this idea. You might slow drip it, is what we call it, and allow them to see. And then they come to you as the expert then. Not that you're freely given now, but now they're coming to you because they recognize your value add, because you have made sure that you've proven that you make a difference in the role that you are serving in. You are now a role model. You're the expert. You're the one that they are going to come to because now you're the guru of productivity. So how are we showing that, or how are you recognizing that you make a difference? Are you able to even put yourself in a position to where you are showing that value add, to where people are recognizing you and knowing that you do? If we took you out of this position, if we moved you to the left, would everything on the right fall apart? That is how you show your value add. And I'm going to tell you time and time again, I'm so super creative, y'all. I will create something out of air, y'all, to show my value added. I will see gaps and I will just feel it slightly, like skeleton-like, and then I wait. I wait for it. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, we heard you talking about this. What do we need to do? Oh, well, let's sit down and let's negotiate, right? Let's have a conversation about, now you want me to take on this? Okay. So that means there's an increase, right? That comes along with this, right? Yes. Because you're asking me to go above and beyond what I have already signed on for this position. So either we're going to get more pay, a different title, or both. So that's how that works. So do you know that you make a difference? And how are you showing up in making that difference, CJ?
Wow, I absolutely know I make a difference, and I make sure I show up by being my best self. I absolutely make sure I show up full of integrity and ethics, being very ethical. I know I had a professor say it's hard to be ethical in an unethical system, but I'll digress. If you still have to make sure you obtain some sort of being ethical, being honest, let your yes be yes, your no be no, having handshake or elbow shake. Now, just kind of those same old school values when in regards to business. So that's how I show up. Definitely relentless, know my value, absolutely know that don't take no for an answer. I treat every client like they are my own. Like my own. So it's not nothing for me to totally get involved into my clients and their affairs, because I treat it as my own. I treat it as my own. I'm going to work like it's my own, and that's why I believe that's what has made me so successful at what I do. Definitely show up ethical, especially in my line of work, when so many are being unethical. I just make sure I show up in no funny stuff. It is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. No funny stuff. Now that's how I show up.
Awesome. Stephanie dropped some nuggets, y'all. That's some career women nuggets. Y'all better pay attention, and you'll get more if you go to bit.ly/free women 2020 and sign up for her program. Now she has a partner with her who's not on with us tonight, but I know that they're gonna bring it. And if I was interested in being part of that system, I would be right there. I know I needed Stephanie like 10 years ago. I probably retire from the government, later on in life. But nonetheless, we're talking about how you show up. Listen, as a woman, we show up for everybody. We want to make sure that our families are taken care of. If we work, we want to make sure that's taken care of. If you're in organizations or do other activities, you the soccer mom, you show up. But ladies, I want you to make sure that you're showing up for you. We give and give and give. We do and do and do. We do something for you. It's okay to be selfish a little bit. Now, I'm not saying selfish and you just a terror in the world now. No, selfish to the point to where you make time for you. You take time to care for you. You take time to advance you. You take time to develop you. You take time for you physically. You take time for you. Take time to play. Just as you take time to do everything else, do something for you. You're worth it. You are worth it, and it's okay. You need a permission. If you've been saying, "Oh, I don't know if I could do it," here's your permission. You've been looking for a sign, like, "Oh, I'm so unfulfilled. I need something." Here's your sign. It's here. bit.ly/free women 2020. Go ahead and sign up so you can get in this process, so you don't have to miss class. Do something for you. And so I'm excited about my role in helping people show up in relationship. Show up in such a way that you get the relationship experience that you desire, not the one you settle for. bit.ly/free women 2020.
So again, thank you guys for joining us. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. If you're on here right now with us, guess what? We are live. Please put any questions that you may have. We will post them up as we're talking or go along and answer them throughout this broadcast. Again, thank you for joining. So we're talking about knowing your value. Knowing your value. Now, this next point I'm going to make, you have to be absolutely comfortable in your skin. It goes back to point number 1 about your self-esteem and your level of confidence. You have to be so super confident, so super okay with who you are, know your worth, know your value, understand what that means to other people, because it's important sometimes when you're dealing with others, especially in business, that you see yourself as an equal, regardless of title. That when you come together as a team, you guys are operating like puzzle pieces. It is seamless. When you slide in together, it makes things work. Or like when you have cogwheels as they're turning and they're well greased, that they're going to continue to work together. And it doesn't matter whether you're the CEO, you're going to roll your sleeves up and dive into the work to make sure it's done. And you recognize that associate level as an equal because they have expertise and their experience and their background. but you're confident in who you are, it doesn't even matter. Even if you are climbing that corporate ladder, you're okay. You're so confident. I could go talk to whomever and not feel intimidated. I can go in and sit down and negotiate my deals. And even when they say no, walk out and be okay and reconcile with myself. I'll be back. And don't take it as a hit like, ooh, I can't stand it. Ooh, I'll never go back. I'll never ask for another thing. And then you quiet yourself, and then your self-esteem goes all the way back down. Know that you are an equal. You're human. You're a person. Your title might be different. That's you having a personal sense of your value and what you deserve. How do you assert yourself? How are you moving around in this world? And again, I talk about business a lot, but it doesn't have to be just business. It is across the board. How do you assert yourself spiritually? How do you assert yourself emotionally? How do you assert yourself in relationships? You know, that personal stuff is a beast too. That's a whole nother job. And let's not talk about family, because that's an additional job. So how are you showing up? What are you when you're coming up in this world? Do you see yourself as an equal regardless of title, and that you're not so hung up on it? You're just more into the work, and what you again goes back to your value add. And some people can get caught up in those title things. That can be really real. And I can understand in certain industries, titles mean everything. Titles do mean everything. Titles dictate how much money someone makes, right? Titles give you access to things. But at the end of the day, it's how you're showing up in your work. Because if you're solely hung up on titles, then you might not get that title. But if your focus is shift on the work and what you're doing in the work, then that may translate into a different title. I hope y'all just caught that, because I just dropped something right there for you guys. I hope you caught that. CJ?
You know what? I feel like I need to run Stephanie a few dollars. She is absolutely on it. I'm like, you Tisha, man. Stephanie, I think I would have been at least a VP in the corporate world by now. Yeah, I should. But I mean, the things that you are teaching is just so super amazing. It's so super amazing because you know immediately when we get a no, our nerves bad, we feel rejected. Then we're like, you know what? I'm not doing nothing else. They're not gonna get nothing extra from me. And even with that, helping us in our own businesses. You know, when we get no's or I mean, if there's somebody that's not a good fit for you and you lose a client or whatever, just to work through that. This has just been absolutely amazing. I'm like, woo! I forgot I was hosting. This is awesome. Thank you. If y'all listening to this, go to bit.ly/Free Women 2020. This is only like a small taste of what you will be getting. Always, oh my God, increase your value and your worth. What better way to start there? Start there.
It's okay. It's okay. You're still my sister. We're still together, so I'm happy. But listen, you guys, if you are, and you know, some people get offended that we talk about being an entrepreneur. I mean, don't, because if it's your desire to climb the corporate ladder, have at it. Just do it right and make sure you have some strategy with it, and don't get played. Don't get pimped. I'm just saying. So you want to connect with Stephanie so she can help you. You might want to replay this broadcast because you missed some stuff if you just joined or you joined late. She is dropping some knowledge seriously. So bit.ly/free women 2020. So Kamisha is so funny. She said she talked about a creation and how she sold it on eBay and Amazon. And yes, you have something inside of you, no matter what it is. I say MacGyver. You can take a piece of tape, a toothpick, and a piece of gum, and I mean, you put together a car. You have gifts, skills, and talent inside of you. No need in you going to your grave with stuff still inside of you. I want to, every book, because right now my books are my babies. Every book baby I got, I want to push them out. Every relationship that I'm slated to impact, I want to do that. Every speaking opportunity, I want to take advantage of that. I'm just saying, I want to go to my grave on empty because I know my worth. It's much more valuable than I know it so much now, and I'm so much more valuable than I ever even imagined I was. I ever even carried myself previously. And, it's not conceit. It's not arrogance. It's just confidence. I have a sister is like it's not conceit, it's confidence. Yes, it's confidence. And guess what, ladies? Men like that. So if you're looking for a boo, come on, get yourself together. Go to bit.ly/free women 2020. So we appreciate you. We got Diane in tears, but she also says she just signed up. So great for you, Diane. You with us every night. You watch often, and so yeah, it's valuable, and you can get yours too. Yes, yes, and yes, and yes again. Being an entrepreneur has great benefits. All right, Pastor Harris, help somebody. bit.ly/free women 2020.
All right, y'all. I cannot believe this is Saturday. I cannot believe we're still on talking to you guys. And y'all rocking with us, so we love it. We really appreciate it. We're talking again about knowing your value. So I don't know if we have more time for one or two, but I'm going to keep on going until that my co-host said, cut it off. So we talked about charging your worth. I'm going to step on some toes right now. It's not that some people are not afraid to charge something for their work. However, they may undercharge, not charge enough for the services or the products that they're offering to other people. And that sometimes causes people to lose business or not get any business. Because I'm going to tell you, if you start off and you're offering a $25 product, they're going to look at you and like, what? That must not be worth anything. And they don't look at you. They don't take you seriously. Let you offer a $2,500 product. You might get some eyeballs looking at you now. You throw that $25,000 product, oh, she must know what she's talking about. If somebody has to have some big cojones to throw a number out like that, right? So sometimes you can undercharge by not knowing your value. And that can hurt your business. That can just hurt you, period. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, I'll go back to corporate world, career world. If you underestimate or not hold people accountable for your knowledge base and you're freely giving it constantly, and I'm talking about your supervisor, the manager, the CEO, they keep coming to you, but they're not moving the needle for you. So you're doing your job, you're doing your service, but you're not holding them accountable because you're over giving and not leveraging what you do know. And you have to know to slow it down and not throw everything out there and just give it away. Or give enough and then not hold somebody accountable to get you where you need to be for your next level. Now, if you start off this way, this is where it gets really tricky. If you start off like that, then you've created a precedence, right? And it's hard to get rid of. It's almost like when Prince came out. I'm going to tell you, this was difficult, y'all. I don't know about y'all. When Prince was out, you know, Purple Rain and all that, that was the bomb, right? Raspberry Beret. Woo-wee. When Prince went to a sign, y'all know that was short-lived, right? He shifted that so quick, and everybody was like, what? Who's this? And he went back to the Prince, right? Shortly after. It didn't make sense, right? It didn't pull the people with him. He wasn't able to capture his audience that he had as Prince, pull them along with him, the sign. And then he recognized and realized, well, I need to go back because I'm losing a whole lot of people. He understood the value. He understood that move was hurting his value. He was losing his business. But he quickly understood the value and uprighted that ship and got back in the game, right? There are times where that can happen to you, but sometimes it can be quite difficult because now you set a precedence. This is all people know your worth. And you try to come out of that and you might not make it. And a lot of businesses go down. The ship sinks because of that. What say ye, CJ?
I say you are absolutely right. Not only does it sink, but sometimes you absolutely cannot rebound from it. And that's the hard thing. That is a hard lesson. That's all I had to add to that. Sometimes you just absolutely cannot rebound. What you say, C?
I can give you another one. I can give you another one, CJ. Michael Jordan. Basketball, golden basketball. I argue LeBron is not, y'all. LeBron is not. Sorry. That's just my world. That's probably because I grew up with Michael Jordan.
Me too.
However, when Michael Jordan decided to go play some baseball, y'all, come on. Yes, he's a phenomenal athlete. No, he can't do it all.
Yeah.
No, he cannot. And he totally bombed that. Then what did he do? He turned around and went back to the court for a very short time. But he had to turn it around because people were looking at him like, what is he doing? He almost lost his group. He had already set a precedence. He had already showed what his value was. He was super confident in doing what he was doing on the court, so much so that he thought he could take it to a different arena or field, right? So that didn't work out. And so he had to turn it back around and come back and continue, because even outside of that, so you have to think long term. You have to think about the long-term effects of what you do and how it plays out in the people that you bring along with you. And so if he would not have turned around and gone back, he still would have made money. But you got to remember, he had all these outside ventures, all these contracts connected to things that would bring him his residual income even in the future, even when he retired. So, but if he would have stayed with that baseball thing, I think it would have hurt his business in the long run. Okay. Because it was a total disaster in my eyes. I don't know how everybody else feels. I was just shocked. My mouth was like this. Like, what is he doing? And so when he went back, that helped with Nike contracts. I mean, just think about it. If he didn't go back, people would just remember him for tanking. I mean, they would remember him, in his early days. That's how they would talk about him. And that would be wrong. Oh, in his early days, he was playing on the court. But he could not end his career tanking on a baseball field. That just wouldn't be right. We wouldn't be talking to him or talking about him in the vein that we do now. Right? Okay, sorry to interrupt, CJ. I just had to put that hit me like that.
Oh, no. I'm good. I'm done. But that's a good point. MJ that's perfect. That is perfect.
Well, I always like to use some creative license. Okay. How many of you all have things and pursuits that you want to reach and you never even try? So I give it to them. Sometimes you get to a point where you just need a change of scenery. Now, okay, he probably had a strategy to that whole, let me go play baseball real quick. I don't know. Not that big of a fan, but what I can say is he had heart and he tried it. How many of us have a desire and don't try? So, yes, we can look at him and say, oh, he flopped. It was a bomb. He did it, though. And yes, he did go back. And, the rest is history. Yes, he is the greatest. I love LeBron, but he is the greatest. I love Cleveland. But MJ, MJ, 23. Enough said. So, in all that you do with your life, don't give up on you. It's a terrible thing for you to have this knowledge, these skills, the gifts, and you don't even try. Now, if I could be anything in the world, I know this is going to be real random. If I could be anything in the world, it would be a platform diver. It's just something about that. But guess what? I can't even swim. So if I were going to do that, I'd first have to learn how to swim. It ain't that important to me. I don't know why that is just like, and that's just been my thing. If I could do anything, I just think that it's courageous. It's a whole bunch of stuff. The form is incredible. Okay. But whatever it is, whatever your heart's desire, even if it doesn't work out. But what you do have to understand is that on the road to success, you're going to do some things, you're going to try some things, and they don't work. Those are not failures for you, those are lessons. So get the lesson, no matter where you receive it in life.
Can y'all see Tisha diving? I can see you do that, Tisha. Pointy toes, little splash.
Yeah.
That's the dancer in me.
Okay, guys, again, we're here because we are, our community, our coach is offering you a grant, $1 million in grant funding to support you getting a certification. Take advantage of it. Go to bit.ly/free women 2020. Mr. Harris is saying, I live in a town that Michael grew up in. Wow. And he was out of his element. Yep. Y'all, you agree with me. Whoop, whoop. Being out of your expertise is that disastrous move. Yes. Stay with what you are great at. Yes. That means stay in your lane. You got to know what that lane is and stay in it. Most time you have to find yourself and pick up again. That's true. And that doesn't, and you're right. Ooh, that is good because yes, at least he did try. And sometimes we don't get, we too scared, we too whatever, and we don't get outside the norm or outside of our box and don't experiment or experience things. But the only way you're going to know is if you do it. But recognize when, okay, that's not it for me. So jump back into the lane that you should be in. You have to be able, you have to be quick and make those moves and recognize. So I'm going to do a twofer for you guys because our time is winding up. So here we go. Again, we're talking about knowing your value. This we talked about earlier this week. You've got to really clearly define what your values are. We talked about foundation. You got to clearly know what those values are. Hold people accountable to those values. That means what you will and won't do, what you accept, what you won't. And then also believe and understand that you are enough. You, your person, you are enough. There are too many times, too many people, especially women, that don't believe that they're good, that they're enough. Just simply being, simply breathing, simply just the essence of who you are. And we get diminished in so many ways based on our experiences, our relationships, and we let the world take us over. But when you have clearly defined your values and you make them known, and again, we talk about this often because I just think it's so great when you see people operating in their greatness that they don't have to tell you what they're about. You see it, it exudes from them. They don't have to say what they're about. They don't have to say who they are. I mean, have you ever been somewhere and you just turn your head? Somebody just makes you turn your head and you look at them, or they stop you in your tracks, whether it's that other, that our counterparts, those who we're attracted to. And they stop you in your tracks and you just look and you're like, whoa, what did I just see? So, I mean, that's what when someone is confident, someone knows, and they've set their values without opening their mouth, they hold you accountable to those things because they know without a shadow of a doubt that they're enough. Just simply being, I'm good enough. And the mic drops.
It does drop. You know what, y'all? I remember when I was working for Super Bowl host committee in New Orleans, and I was still in college, and we were preparing for Super Bowl 31. Never forget it, 1997. So what happened? The NFL has consultants that come. Those who are not football girls, y'all, it is the Super Bowl is like the number one game. I know everybody knows that. You couldn't imagine amount of preparation time, invoices that go along with a football game called Super Bowl. Amazing. So we had a ton of consultants. Long story short, there was a lady that we flew down from New York. She walked in, we gave her check, and it was a 5-figure check. She looked at the plans, said we need to do this, we need to do that, you need to do the other, had maybe an hour meeting. They took her to lunch and flew her back. And just the mere essence of her when she walked in the room, she was a bad girl. She was a bad sister. When she walked in, everybody was like, oh, okay. And so immediately for me to see that as a young Black college girl, I remember saying, that's what I want. This lady worked, she didn't work a half an hour. She got a 5-figure check, flew here to New Orleans, got some excitement, flew back to New York City, bam, a day is done. I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And so you are so right. She didn't say much. She didn't have to. But the little bit she said was not only worth 5 figures, a multiple 5-figure check, because I cut it. I was just cutting checks then in AP. But just the mere your presence. I'm like, I want to know what she know. Well, she could come fly across town country for $25,000, and she only said three things. Three. And she consulted for the #1 ball game in the showcase around the world. I said, that's what I want to do right there. So that's where I am. That's my path. I still to this day forgot the lady's name, but I remember her and I remember her essence. Does it make sense? I remember that. Never forget it. That's me.
Teach, take us home.
Unforgettable in every way.
Oh, you didn't sing the other night on church night. We had Bible study on Tuesday, and you wouldn't sing. You wouldn't sing to the people. We come on Saturday night or Friday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, and now we want to sing. Hallelujah.
Yeah. So, you guys know your worth. As the ladies have stated, you are enough. You have value, and you matter. You really do matter. You matter. No matter who you are, you matter. Go to bit.ly/free women 2020. Make a difference. Listen, leave a legacy. Our coach is all about teaching us how to leave a legacy for our families. And, you want to be around people that are having those kinds of conversations. You want to be, around people who are lifting you up and not tearing you down. You want to be around people who have more knowledge, more insight, more wisdom than you do. So you have something to reach for. If you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Now, there are some times when you will be, but if you always the smartest person in the room, you got to put yourself in some other rooms. Like, seriously. So yes, bit.ly/free women 2020. Go ahead, sign up, get your certification, whether it's in business, passion, fitness, the quit chick, spiritual, relationship, money mindset, career. Listen, retire with real estate. We have a complete array of opportunities for you, but you got to take advantage of the opportunity. So bit.ly/free women 2020. Go ahead, sign up, get it started, get it going. Let's go. Let's get it. Just do it. We was talking about Michael, just do it.
You had me thinking of the song, go, go, get it.
Yeah.
Again, y'all, thank you for joining us. We're going to see you guys next week. We're going to take the weekend, part of the weekend off. We'll see you guys back here next Monday, same time, same place, talking about, again, a series called Due Season. And then we're talking about just knowing who you are, finding yourself, all of those good things. So can't wait to see you again next week. Bye.